Okay, this is going to be the second video. This is going to be on trig applications. To make these word problems, they're going to be all word problems. To make these easy on yourself, draw this triangle every time. Now, this angle right here, our theta, this will be angle of elevation or the angle of depression, okay? If you study parallel lines, the angle of depression is actually here, okay? It's actually here, so these two measurements end up being the same, so it makes it easier, all right, for your triangle, okay? Now, you just have to be able to identify key words, all right? This is, for this side, this is horizontal distance, okay? Another big thing is like from the base, okay? This is a common vernacular for this. For this side, we talk about height, we talk about altitude, okay, things of that nature, okay? All right, this is how long an object is, okay? All right, so they start talking about how long things are. That's what they're referring to, okay? All right, so those words are key. And I'm going to go through a couple of these problems. These notes are all going to be available for you on Canvas. So the slide is an angle of elevation of 41 degrees, and it is 57 feet long. What is the height of the slide? So I'm going to go ahead and draw this. Boom, just like this. Okay, boom. Okay, angle of elevation is 41 degrees, so I go ahead and put that in there. 57 feet long. So this is how long an object is, so 57. What is the height? So I am trying to find this. So this goes back to the very beginning where we did some basic trig. Okay, so with your calculator, just make sure that when you go to shift menu, that you are set up for degree. Okay, all right. So very similar. I want to label. This is my hypotenuse. Okay, this would be considered the opposite. This is the adjacent. Okay, so the two letters I have stuff for opposite and hypotenuse. So I'm using sine of 41 degrees is equal to x over 57. Well, how do I solve these questions? I just move that 57 up in front. So 57 sine of 41. 57 sine 41. Okay, so it's 37.395. Okay, just got to do 3 decimals. Okay, so this goes right back. There's nothing new really here. It's just labeling of a triangle. It says a plane has an altitude of 20,000 feet and is 50,000 feet from the runway. Okay, from the base of the runway. Okay, what is the angle of depression needed to land? Okay, so here's that. All right, altitude of 20,000. So that would be there. 50,000 feet from the base. From the base is a key thing. All right, from the base to the beginning does not matter. What is the angle? So we're going to find this. Okay, so this is my hypotenuse. This is my opposite. This is my adjacent. Okay, so I'm going to choose tangent. I don't know the angle, but I got 20,000 over 50,000. Okay, and I would do inverse tan and put this stuff in. Help me figure out that answer. Okay, so I do inverse tangent, 20,000 divided by 50,000. Okay, about 21.801 degrees. Okay, once again, nothing overly new here. Okay, a zip line is 200 feet to the base of the building. The angle of elevation is 50 degrees. How long is the zip line? Okay, same triangle. All right, 200 feet from the base, so 200 would go here. 50 degrees is here. How long is the zip line? That would be this part that I would need. So this is my hypotenuse. This is my opposite. This is my adjacent. So I got adjacent and hypotenuse, so that's cosine of 50 is 200 over x. Okay, now remember, how do I solve these? This has to move underneath. So I got 200 divided by the cosine of 50. So that's 311.144. Long zip line. Very, very basic stuff, okay? So I would like you guys to try these two questions. You can pause your video and go ahead and work on these. And then when you're ready to go over them, go ahead and unpause, okay? It says the roller coaster track is 80 feet long and has a vertical height of 170 feet. What is the angle of elevation? Okay, 80 feet long, okay, a height of 170, okay, all right, angle of elevation. So hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. So in this case, I got opposite and hypotenuse, so that's that's sine of theta. Oops, that should be 180. Okay, it's got to be 180. Sorry, that wouldn't make much sense. Okay, sine of theta, okay, is 170 over 180. And to solve that one, I have to do inverse sine of 170 over 180. Okay? Inverse sine, parentheses 170 over 180. 70.81 degrees. Okay? All right. Number 2, it says to the top of a ski slope, the altitude is 3,000 feet. The angle of depression is 62 degrees. How long is the ski slope? Okay, so altitude, 3,000. Okay, 62 degrees would go here. How long is the ski slope? That would be this part. Okay, so this would be, this is going to be sine again, ironically. Okay, this is hypotenuse and opposite, so I got sine of 62 degrees is equal to 3,000 over x. Once again, that's going to switch down there, so 3,000 divided by the sine of 62. $3,000 divided by the sine of 62. 3397.71. Okay, so that's some of the word problem stuff that we were working on. Okay, it goes back to a lot of our basic trig stuff. So if you had issues with any of the computation involved with this, with these word problems, you can always go back to lesson 1 of the trig lesson and go through basically how to solve basic trig problems. So this concludes the trig lesson. All right, it's a number of lessons. Big thing you want to focus on is that unit circle. All right, labeling. All right. If you use these skills in the next units, you will do really well.